Hello and welcome to Blade Bench. Today we're checking out the Leatherman K4. Of course, if you guys like these vids, please like and subscribe. It really helps grow the channel. Really appreciate that. But let's get right into this thing. So, as some of you might know, I'm kind of more into the big pocket sword, like really big folding knives. I really dig those. I got this as a present for Christmas, and I really dig it. I've rocked this thing a ton. And it's kind of like a modern Swiss Army knife, if some of you don't know. So yeah, the Leatherman Free K4, and you can see it's kind of stamped right there onto the grip. Really cool knife. So it's got all these kind of little features like like a Swiss Army knife or something would have, as well as a blade, and they all lock, which is cool. So I'm gonna go ahead and close these all up. I'm going to close the whole thing up so you can see what kind of unit this thing is. So it's not that bad. It's about fist size, and it's got a really unique kind of design. See how fat it is, and it kind of tapers on these edges. It's got a really unique kind of shape to it. It comes in this slate gray color that they call it. There's a shot of the backside, bit of jimping. Really kind of unique design for all of these features that are packed into there. So kind of cool. I mean, it definitely takes up a lot less space, at least lengthwise, than those big pocket swords that I tend to like to carry. But it is quite thick. I've never really measured how fat is this thing. So it's over an inch. No, I guess if you're excluding the pocket clip, it's about an inch wide, and an inch wide is pretty thick. That's a pretty thick, fat thing to be sitting down in your pocket. It does have a really super thick, really nice pocket clip on it. It's quite stiff, so that thing's not going to be falling out of your pocket at all. But yeah, pretty thick, and decent amount of heft to the thing. I don't have a scale, but it's got a decent amount of weight to it. But yeah, let's open her up and see what kind of things are in there. It uses their free technology, so it's this like kind of magnetic based system just to make everything kind of one-handed and easy, and supposed to be really satisfying to use. I don't really get that much satisfaction out of using it, but I mean that's what they do. So um, first and foremost, it is kind of like a pocket knife, right? So it's got the big kind of pocket knife. There's no fancy flippers or assisted open. All you get is this kind of slot in the blade for opening, but really, really easy opening. And this is kind of how it locks there. So the lock on these, so there's one for the knife and one for the tools. And how it works is it just kind of, you push up on it, and you can see how it just kind of unlocks it like that. So you push up on it, close it, super nice. Is it satisfying? Yeah, I guess so. I mean, everything's got really nice little detents and clicks into place. So really nice, smooth action, really sharp blade. It doesn't have like a crazy blade steel. It's a 420 HC, basically like a stainless steel. But whatever Leatherman uses on their blades, I don't know if, I mean, a ton of you guys will have their Leatherman multi-tools and things, and I've always been really impressed with their knives and how sharp they are, how sharp they come out of the box, and they stay sharp. They, whatever they're doing or however they're doing their heat treatment or whatever, is just awesome. So I'll give you kind of a close-up of the blade. I don't even know what I would call this blade shape. Maybe some of you guys can let me know, because it's kind of like, what would you call it? And even the grind, you can see here, it's got a bit of a belly, and it comes up, and then it almost has a teeny bit of like a hawk bill. Maybe that's a bit better silhouette. But yeah, look at, like, see the blade there? Like, it's, maybe that's just supposed to be, but it kind of comes up a little here, belly here, and up again, and then a little tiny hook there. But really, I don't know. So cool shape. Maybe someone could tell me what kind of blade shape they might call that. It's got kind of a stone washy finish on it, so that's nice. I mean, it's definitely not super fingerprinty. Give you a view of the backside. Again, nothing fancy, and I haven't taken nearly as good a care as I could. And you can see kind of in the back here a little bit of corrosion, and that's just because I don't rock this thing too much these days, so it's kind of been sitting in my knife collection box, so it could use an oiling and just a little bit of a hone. Give her a close up of the handle. The handle scales are smooth, very little texture to it, like it's a smooth painted finish. But this is texture. There's a very shallow amount of texturing there. So, I mean, this doesn't offer a whole ton of grip. So there's the handle, little bevels. It does fit in your hand really, really nice. I'll give it that for sure. This is all flat. So right across the back here, it's all nice and flat. There is a bit of kind of, I guess you could call it jimping, but it's like a reverse jimping. like little kind of indents in there. It's enough that you can, I mean, you can feel that with your thumb and kind of, you can get a pretty good grip on this thing. And because of the angle of it, how it kind of tapers in the way that it does, when you wrap your hand around, it's kind of hard to show, but it really actually nestles into your hand really, really nicely. Like I feel super, super locked in with this thing. So kind of an oddball shape handle, but it works. It works, and it is asymmetrical too. So see how it's quite a bit, it flares out and it's quite a bit wider down this side. Um, interesting design for sure, how they've kind of gone with these things. So I'll finish my kind of handle view. There's a shot of the butt end of it. Here's a shot of kind of the inside of it. So nothing super crazy or nothing super beautiful. It's very much more of like a utilitarian design, which that's what they're going for. They're going for, like, you know, they're known for their multi-tools and all that sort of thing. So the utility is definitely there. So let's fold that up and see what's inside. So the way that you open it, it's kind of weird. See these little kind of hooked things? There's no little, you know, what do they call them, nail nicks, you know, to open the blades like you would on or the things kind of like you would on a Swiss Army knife. They use these little kind of hooks here. So what you're supposed to do is use your thumb, push them all open, and then at that point is when you kind of choose which one that you want. And then when you choose it, open it like normal, and the little lock there locks everything into place. And you can see again that kind of ramped I don't know, kind of lock design that they have there. So it's got a few things. So of course it's got the scissors, and the scissors are nice. I don't usually cut things, but I have a piece of paper here and might as well show you. They're really nice little scissors. So, you know, I'm not gonna cut things forever, but there you go. Nice little scissors, and you know, they're very, very sharp. I've actually used these a bunch. It's kind of cool because, again, I'm used to rocking giant pocket swords, and it's kind of a novelty, and it's kind of cool to have an actual functional little spring-loaded pair of, like, actually good quality scissors in your pocket for opening little packages and things like that. So that's kind of cool. So it does have a really nice little pair of scissors. So let's see what else it's got. Fold her up, and again, so it's kind of hard to pick just one thing you want. It's designed so that you kind of get all things out, choose what you want. So what's the next thing in line? We did the scissors. Next thing is a classic. I mean, all the things in here are you know, Swiss Army knife classics, but cool. So a bottle opener, Phillips screwdriver, standard stuff, flat profile, so it's not like, you know, thick like a 1/4-inch drive or anything like that. So yeah, let's see what's next in line. Let's do this one. You've got basically an awl sort of thing, so for poking holes and stuff. They say that there's a fine tipped, like a fine screwdriver, so there is a very fine little flathead screwdriver on there, and an awl for poking holes and stuff, should you need to poke some holes and stuff. Here they call this a pry bar package opener flathead screwdriver. So of course it's got like a regular blunt nose, you know, kind of like a wider, like how wide is that thing? I'm not doing millimeters, about 1/4-inch wide. You know, like a regular kind of larger-ish flathead screwdriver, what they call the package opener. So this is actually an edge on there, and you can see how sharp that is. So they call this a package opener. So I guess this is more of just like a box cutter. You would just drag it open, cut packages open, or tape. I've never used it for that. I don't know why. I guess maybe because it's easier to, you know, it's easier to just whip out the knife and do that than sit here and go, I want to open that package because I got a sweet knife in there. Come on, let's go. Boom, boom. Then open it up. I've never used it, but I suppose if you're opening a ton of packages, you could open it up, sit it down, grab a package, open it, you know, grab a package, open it, and it'd be a lot easier and safer than having a knife that you're whipping around. So maybe if you were like, I don't know, worked in some sort of assembly line or like a shipper receiver, it might be kind of cool to have something like that. So let's close that up. And that was the last thing in line. So those are all the tools. So nice kind of, you know, fit and finish on it. It's not like a really super fidgety, fun knife like some other knives. A lot of pocket knives I have are either like the pocket swords, or they've got like a really super buttery flipper action to it. So you can sit there and play with them. And most of you knife guys know that, you know, the fidget kind of fun factors kind of, you know, that's half the fun of buying these things. But really cool knife and not super expensive. I'm up here in Canada. This thing's about 135 bucks, and I would pay for that. It's the quality's there, the fit and finish, all the tools. When they lock up solid. There's no wiggling around on these things. When they lock up great. Very little wiggle. Actually, I shouldn't say very little. There's no wiggle to them at all. I've used these a ton. You know, the spring hasn't broken. Just I don't know, kind of a cool knife. If you're looking to add something a little bit more utilitarian, or if you're just into kind of like multi-tools, Swiss Army knives over the big kind of tactical cool folders, it's definitely cool. It definitely feels really nice in the hand. And for the price, I mean, you can't go wrong. And in my opinion, these are kind of cooler and just look cooler than the Swiss Army knives. So yeah, there you guys go. Of course, if you guys like this, please like and subscribe. It really helps grow, and I really appreciate you doing that. And if you've been sticking around, so thanks, guys. There's the Leatherman K4 in slate gray. Catch you next time. Thank you.